Join us as we dive into identity,
What defining
aging, and tech's
human
future with humanity.
I think is something that is not necessarily tied to being in your sort of meat sack.
How about this? Like, let's suppose all this change comes and we live like 3, 4, and 5 years old, right? Does that, how, I don't know if society's ready for people to live that long, right? I was thinking
Oh,
system
at
is
this
set up.
stage, no, absolutely not at this stage. Massive social
And
disruption. We're already seeing that with the elderly. But I think if you have a population that gets older but doesn't get frailer,
but how do you make sure they have some kind of purpose, right? Like some
that's the
people,
thing.
they can like sit on the front porch, drink a beer, chill out, watch Netflix, but a lot of people can't.
I think, yeah, you will get one of the sort of corollaries of that is we do end up getting to that stage. You are going to find a vast number of people just sort of fall to NUI and end up removing themselves from the equation. I think you absolutely will see that. So it is important that there be something there for them to do. But I also think some of them are, once you've got that mentality that I'm not in a rush and I can do all kinds of stuff and there's no pressure. I don't have to do it right now. I think once
Like,
people
I do have forever to do it.
yeah, I think once people reach that kind of threshold and then they'll feel like, actually, I can do anything. I have all the time in the world, so I will do that. I won't necessarily like push myself as hard as possible, but you know, I've got a century to learn about butterflies. Yeah, why not do that? So I think you are going to get sort of huge spikes
Yeah.
in terms of what people accomplish compared to the general population.
So you said like you exist, the thing is this. So it's safe to presume that you don't believe in simulations theory? Or what's your take on that?
I think it's possible, but at the same time, I also think it's a meaningless factor in the equation. It's like useless data. If we are in a simulation, I mean,
What does it matter, right?
What has meaningfully
It
changed?
doesn't, nothing changes, right? It's not like I joke around, like if we are simulation, like I need to talk to my guy because he needs to do a better job simulating me,
Yeah,
Like what are you doing up there?
well, that's also like one of the other sort of premises you need for that kind of moral structure, which is one, there is no God, but two, I am not God either. Like I'm not capable of creating all of this and nothing else is. So that lets you know that there's something real out there. But yeah, I think it's very interesting how this intersects with technology and that we are really going to, in the next 20 years or so, have to grapple with these questions of what makes a human, what makes a person. And if, AI and humanoid robotics, oh my God, that's going to be a fun mix because we might end up with sort of human transfers mind to a robot or robot that gets sentient. How do you tell the difference of that?
Yeah.
So, going to be fun.
And with engineering, like this is my point of view. There's a lot of great engineering people out there, but a lot of them are not as good as they think they are, right? So how do you person like, and no kind of detail, but how do you like person like make sure the engineers you come on or like the skills and high levels that you need to do this great stuff you're doing?
I'm not that fussed with skills, frankly.